Hi, my name is Captain Jimmy Betts of Fishing Florida Flats.
I'm Captain Mike Raven.
Today's Friday. Today we're doing the fishing report. So basically, this week has been pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the bite's been about the same. It hasn't changed too much since last week. Still hot, still real hot.
I know, but I've been noticing that now. Last week we weren't catching a lot of sea trout, and this week it's been a little better on sea trout.
Yeah, we are catching a few more trout.
Yeah, we started fishing different spots, and we broke away from the milk run that we keep talking about because this is a weird October. I mean, the water's still hot. It still feels like August, so we had to switch things up a little bit and find new locations to fish.
Yeah, and we found a few. The trout bite it's pretty good, but it still ain't where it should be, right?
No, it's not. But it's for what we had to do, because
Right.
don't forget, like a week or 2 weeks ago, we couldn't find any hardly.
Right. And with that being said, the redfish bite's still on point,
Yeah, it is.
and the snook bite's still real good. Everything's firing off, and everything's been pretty good on the inshore front.
Yeah, but I've been noticing some grouper pushing in, even though the water temperature hasn't dropped that much.
I think the little bit cooler nights might be helping a little bit, but man, over the next couple of weeks, we should get a break in this weather at some point. And when we do get a break in the weather, they should march right in, and it should be on fire.
Yeah, I mean, last year at this time, I looked at my book I told you guys about that. I marked the temperatures and marked the locations of where we're catching fish, and it was a lot cooler. I mean, the temperature of the water was a good 10 degrees cooler than it was before this year.
Yeah, yeah.
I also been running into a lot of mackerel, not that far out. Schools and schools of mackerel. You too?
Yeah, the other day it was unbelievable. We were chumming with live bait like we would snook fishing or something, and we just had them coming out of the water. They were everywhere. They were everywhere. Big mackerel, 4 and 5 pounders.
Yeah, I've been noticing that also, and I've been running into jacks, mackerel, and I'm still doing pretty good on mangrove snappers out there.
Yeah, and while we're trout fishing or snook fishing, we've been picking up some really big mangroves. For the inshore fish, I mean, 15, 16 inches is a big one inshore. It's a big one.
No, the fishing, for the water temperature, I was really, really worried because of the hot weather and the water temperature the way it is, that we would have a difficult time. But there's fish around to be found. We are moving a little bit more than we did previously to find the fish. But if you move around, take your time, and really read the water. I mean, you catch mangroves, you catch mackerel. We've been catching some groupers. They're still small, the grouper. Snooks and reds have been really, really good on the fishing. So what's your experience out there?
I mean, not a lot's changed on the redfish front. We've still been catching them the same way in about the same areas. With the cooler nights, we're hitting them early in the morning. They seem to be a little bit more aggressive. We were using a lot of cut bait a couple weeks ago to get these fish to eat, but now they're chasing the live bait and going after them and hitting them good. Snook, same way. We're still having to chum them up, but once you get them chummed up and eaten, they fire off. And the trout, it's a good thing to see these trout pushing back in. A couple weeks ago we talked about we weren't finding a lot of trout, but we don't necessarily look for 14 to 16, 17 inch trout.
Right.
We're looking for 18 to 20 inch trout, and a couple over 20 is what we shoot for. But with that being said, them fish are pushing back too.
So on the bait front, I heard that you are moving a little bit further north to catch bait. Sometimes you have to move around a little bit.
Yeah, our bait's been moving around quite a bit. We have 3 or 4 spots here in Hudson that I check on a daily basis, and usually one of those spots will have the bait I need. But over the last week or so, a couple days, I had to bounce north to get it.
All right, that's pretty good. That's the fishing report for this week. It's short. Basically, to recap, you go out there and catch some mackerel. You go out there and catch some mangroves. Grouper still on the small side. Plenty of snook and reds around. Bait, just look around. Try to find different locations for the bait. Just read the water. Look for some boils in the water. Please remember, subscribe below. and give us a thumbs up, and so you can get the next fishing report. And as the temperature changes and the fishing heats up, and it's going to be great once the temperature changes.
We got to get a break in this weather. In the next couple of weeks, we should get it, and it should be right where it should be.
Yeah, it's already in the high 80s, and it's early in the morning. Well, I appreciate it. Stay safe on the water. Please remember, subscribe below. Talk to you soon. Thank you.